Song. 5 words. First word. Cash. Money. Okay. Second word. 2. Money 2. Third word. Squeeze. Throttle. Tight. Okay. Fourth word. 2. Okay, fifth word. So money. Okay. 2 syllables. Us. People. Man. Oh, men. Ah, yes, of course. Yeah. Second syllable.
Yeah.
No. Go away. Shun. Money too tight to mention. Well, what's that then?
It's a song.
Never heard of it.
What are you talking about? Money too tight to mention.
That's not called that though, is it?
What?
Sure it's not. I'm sure that's called Mummy's Just Hired 2 Henchmen.
Maybe movies.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It is absolutely called that. I'll fight you for it.
You're a strange man.
As I think you observed recently, I have far too much time on my hands. Good, whatever applicable time of day it is, wherever you happen to be. My name is Max.
And I'm Sam.
And this is Maybe Movies, where we are not getting jiggy with it.
Oh no, we are most definitely not getting jiggy.
We're getting theoretical with it.
Yes. Yeah, very theoretical.
There's a lot of musical numbers going on here. Is that somebody trying to tell us that we need to do another couple of musicals?
Oh God.
I don't know any others. Anyway.
Quite a bit of work, that.
Yes. Okay, so we are going to be looking at Act 2 of our new interpretation of Gladiator, which is called You Do It Better Than Me.
Slayer, the movie.
And
What?
Shoutout.
Oh. Oh yes. No? Not this time. No. Okay. Not this time, folks.
Hawk has found himself reduced, not to the state of a bum. That was last year.
Yes, indeed.
But to the... Well, he's a slave.
He is indeed now a gladiatorial slave.
How do we think he's going to take this? Obviously, he's gone from... one of his closest men has betrayed him. They've tried to kill him. They have killed his wife and young son. Before all of that, he was a staunch believer in the ideals of the idea of Rome.
Well, I mean, I think we're talking about a completely broken man.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
not a place to keep our drinks.
Do you know me about liquids and electricals, man? Yeah.
Everything he believes in and loves has been destroyed or betrayed. So I think we're talking about a broken man. I mean, I'm imagining that while Juba's tending to his wounds, he's probably muttering, "Just let me die," or something like that.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, just a shell of a man.
Yeah. It's that period of his life that you don't get to see in Hawk the Slayer.
Yes.
Because we don't know how much time has passed between the death of his bride and when he appears sort of later in the film.
You get the impression it was some time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, so I think our first few scenes I mean, obviously his attitude is going to be different. The scenes themselves are going to play through, aren't they?
Yes, including desaturated arrival. What was going on there? Commodus's arrival into Rome, and I know what they were trying to suggest. It's supposed to be kind of quite bleak, but do you think the saturation killer had to go with it?
It certainly might have been an inspiration, for at the very least. All right. Well, actually, before we get to Commodus returning to Rome, we got his first fight in the arena, I think, which is where we might start to see some differences with things.
Yes, I had made a note kind of on that. I know they always suggested that they call him Slayer.
Yes,
but he's actually quite merciful. He always he will give it every opportunity, with the exception of Voltan. He gives everyone an opportunity to leave.
Yes,
or to run. Now, obviously, slightly different situation here.
I was going to say he's in a fight or die situation.
Yeah,
it's somebody's walking out of here. It's either him or somebody else.
You're right. Then yes, so there is going to be a difference here because with Maximus, it's as he says, he was required to kill, so he kills. It's purely perfunctory for him. Whereas for Hawk, this is his outlet. This is how he works through his grief.
Right. Okay. The rage, the resentment, all of it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is maybe where he starts to come back to life in some sense.
Yes. And again, I mean, that thing that Proximo says as well about you might start to love them for it.
Yes. Yeah, that in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's obviously how he gets the name Slayer.
Do you think he tries to be merciful to his first couple of opponents, but it's just
they are because they are so merciless.
They're merciless, and they'll just keep coming at him, and he's forced to kill them in self-defense or whatever.
I mean, if we want to play it up as a more dramatic moment, as you say, he's trying to be merciful to these people, but it's not him that's in danger, it's Juba that's in danger, and because they're chained together, he has to snap out of it to save Juba.
That's even better. Yes, because it helps build up their relationship more.
Fantastic.
So yes, then Commodus returns to Rome. The Senate starts causing trouble immediately.
That all runs through as normal.
Commodus flies into a rage and talks about his vision of Rome and starts the games again. Second fight.
Which is...
Are you not entertained?
Oh, yes.
He plows straight through them mercilessly, doesn't he? Just like, blah, blah, blah. Are you entertained?
Yeah.
Flinging your sword at the box.
Are we saying that will be the same?
I feel like Hulk's reaction would be very similar to Maximus's under that circumstance.
Yes, even more so because he's been brought up again as a noble. He would have probably sat on the other side.
Yeah,
he's been in their position, so he probably has. Oh, that's the point. Are we saying that he's never been to the Colosseum?
Maximus had never seen Rome until he went.
Yeah,
to the Colosseum.
It's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything up to that is going to be the same. Up until they get to Rome itself.
Yeah, it really is. It just runs on rails.
Did you ever see that thing? Where did I see it? It was on something about ancient Rome, about the Colosseum in particular, which I just thought was absolutely fascinating. It was designed that they could flood it and stage sea battles.
Yeah.
It's like...
There was some serious engineering went into that crap.
Yeah. As he isn't the tactician, how is Hawk going to handle the Battle of Carthage?
That's the one, isn't it? Because this is the part where we start to have a problem. Because this is... Maximus is the tactician. Hawk is not so much the tactician. So, alright. Maybe he's been observing this whole time who the best fighters are amongst him. And he starts arranging. So instead of him having a general tactic towards the attack, him arranging, like, you're good at this, you need to be here, you're good at this, you need to be here. So in its essence, it's still the same thing, because it's about being a team and working together.
But it's more about...
It's about that approach.
Yeah, it's more about playing to the participant members' strengths, as opposed to just working as a unit.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose you could kind of say, right, Hagen, you take 3 men.
Yeah.
And organise them as you need to.
Or Juba's got the spear, protect the spearmen. So he can take out the chariots. So there is tactics to it, but it's not the same kind of tactics that Maximus uses.
No. Sorry.
Yoink.
We could even, because we said he's not much of a horseman, but maybe we replace the bit where he jumps on the horse with a bit of a chariot chase.
The first time I watched it, I thought Maximus was going to take one of the chariots.
So we can do it here instead.
Mm-hmm. It would be the next sensible thing to do.
Oh, lovely.
Different methods. Hawk is ultimately victorious at the Battle of Carthage. Commodus steps down.
Mm-hmm. I suppose this is the difference here as well between the two of them, because John Terry is quite an imposing chap. He's quite a big bloke.
Cool. Yeah.
Do we think? No. We wouldn't. Again, because movie, that anyone would think that it isn't him.
It's months later, across the world, halfway across the world. Why would you expect to see him?
I suppose now we need to worry about his speech. I am Hawk, the Slayer.
Yeah. And I shall have my vengeance. Obviously, Hawk is going to be saved by the mercy of the mob.
Yes. And this is where... I mean, this is that kind of middle bit of the film where... unfortunately, it does kind of... The film itself just feels like it runs on rails. Even the film itself...
I've never thought about it before, but now, thinking about the structure of it, yes, a lot of it runs on rails.
Yeah.
It's very inevitable.
As you said last time, he has no agency in any of this. All he can do is sit and wait.
Mm-hmm.
And even when he's offered an opportunity to do something, he just goes, "No, fuck off."
Yeah.
Are we saying that this would be Hawke's attitude as well, with everything that he's been through?
I don't know.
Possibly not. I don't know whether he might... Because we said that he's somebody who he believes in, as Marcus Aurelius puts it, the idea of Rome.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get to see him in Zuchabaar as a gladiator again, that's his way of processing through his grief.
Mm-hmm.
Deriving some sense of validation from the cheers of the crowd there is one thing. But in the heart of his ideal 50,000 Romans baying for blood, is this his idea of Rome? And is it possibly actually when he gets in here and he's fighting in the Colosseum here, that's where we see him start to remember this isn't what Marcus wanted.
This isn't what Rome was supposed to be.
Yeah. We might get a change here. Maybe he will agree to meet Gracchus first when Lucilla comes to see him.
It would.
But then it does mean it might make our end of act. It might make that superfluous or unnecessary because that storyline only progresses, as you said, because of Cicero.
Yeah,
it would downplay his involvement if he just goes, "Yeah, all right, I'll meet him."
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like he should be disgusted by what he's seeing of Rome. So, like, we should have that moment of him realizing what Rome actually is and what it is now. But I feel like he's still disheartened. Mm-hmm. He's actually so disheartened it makes him want to not act.
Yes.
And it's his fight with Titus of Gaul and realizing that Commodus won't stop until he's killed him. Mm-hmm. That forces him to realize that he needs to act. And then, of course, fortuitously Cicero turns up.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, that works.
Look at that. Kind of the end of an act.
Again,
disturbingly simple.
It is going very, very easily, and I'm a little bit disturbed.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, have you got anything else to add?
No, not really, because, I mean, as you say, so much of this, it's just him reacting to stuff, or not reacting to it. I don't really think there is anything else to add.
I'm not sure. I don't think there is.
Why do I get a feeling we're going to get a hiding on the next one or something?
Act 3 might be a bit difficult.
Because
that's where all the agency is.
Yes, absolutely. I think the only thing that, again, it's earlier in the act, it's quite near the start. It's just that Hawk, he's always very much painted as, he's very much modelled like, I mean, I suppose Maximus is to a degree, but they are very much modelled on the classic heroes, so like the old 50s, 60s films like Sinbad and things like that, where he'll always come out on top.
Uh-huh.
And I just did wonder that scene with him training with Hagen where Maximus throws down the sword and he just hits him. And for some reason, I just imagined Hawk, he would disarm him. That's all I thought, was that he can't ever... They always portray Hawk like he can't lose.
Right, okay, yeah.
And there's a smugness to him because he's always going to win, regardless.
Right, okay, and you just want to show a little bit of that off.
Yeah, that's the only tiny bit.
I don't have any objections to that at all.
Cool. Okay, so we are at the end of our second act of
Slayer, the movie.
And next time we will return for Act 3 of
Slayer, the movie.
I'm going to milk this for all it's worth.
Bastard.
But yes, as always, please do have a wonderful weekend. We will see you next Wednesday when we'll try and wrap this one up and then prepare for the other side. Until then, take care.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.